Hey girls, so I'm filming this backwards, so I don't know if I'm even in the shot currently, but yes. So I thought I'd describe my bookcase first before describing like what my dream house is. So my parents took my bedroom because I used to share it with my sister, so it was the biggest bedroom in the house, and they wanted the biggest bedroom in the house now that my sister's gone, now that I'm leaving for college and stuff like that. So they took my bedroom, so they gave me this tiny bedroom, and it has a tiny bookshelf in it, so don't judge. I swear I have a lot of books. They're not here. They're packed up in the basement. But I'll show you the ones I do have on my bookshelf. So, top row is a card my friend made me for my birthday. And then I have a couple books. I'm not gonna lie, my top row is like this is random, I didn't feel like putting this in like a certain place books, not like I have any like for these books. It's just like a couple books. World War Z I just started. I don't know if I like it yet. King Lear, one of my favorite Shakespeare novels of all time, because Reagan is my favorite character in any Shakespeare play, and I've read them all, so big Reagan fan. Lord of the Flies. Honestly, okay, Lord of the Flies and Huck Finn, I love that they're next to each other because they're my top two favorite I read you in school books. Like, I adore those books. I've reread them like 10 times. I love them so much. If you guys didn't have to read them for school, please read them. So, so good. The Sky is Everywhere is a book. It just came out. I'll show you the front cover. It's pretty. Really, really pretty. It has like an Adam and Eve kind of look. It's incredibly well written. Like, it's one of those books where you read it and it's like poetry in like paragraph structure. It was just beautifully written. Like, the plot was fun, but I loved it because it was just beautifully written. Mark, I started reading if any of the rest of you read this like random vampire series for a while, it was I don't remember why I read it. I have my little flower who dances for me and a little owl that I painted for my college. Identical is one of the best books I've ever read, just because it was one of the few books that still has shock value for me. Like most books, it's by Ellen Hopkins. She writes great books. They're like tough reads, not tough like hard to read as in big words, but tough like big issues covered in them kind of books. And then Super Freakonomics, because Freakonomics is one of my favoriteest, best book ever. I love Freakonomics, and Super Freakonomics is just as good. It gives you like fun facts on random things. So yeah, that's my randomized shelf, and then the shelf right underneath that is my Harry Potter shelf. I'm not sure, are they all here? I think, no, I don't think, they're not all here. Who's missing? Chamber of Secrets is missing. Okay, well, Chamber of Secrets is missing. And I own all of them in hard and soft covers, but I have them in random places depending on which ones I'm using where. So, and Artemis Fowl, huge Artemis Fowl fan. I love those books. Those and Lemony Snicket, like, made up my childhood reading. And then we're just gonna ignore the new moon that's there. And then my tiny copies of Hamlet and Othello. Really small. Like, I don't think you can, like, gauge how tiny they are from there. Like, this is my hand. That's how big they are. But yes, we all had, okay, almost every good, like, Harry Potter fan had their Twilight phase. It was a mistake. We grew from it. Like, it made us better people. Just don't judge us. I liked it too. The first time I read it through, I loved Twilight. And then I read it again, and I was like, oh my God, how did I read this? It was, bad. Mind blown that something could have that big of a like drastic change in my mind. Next row is just books that I just really this is like my two favorite authors row. First you have Jodi Picoult. She used to be one of my favorite authors. The past few books she's put out I have not been a fan of, but My Sister's Keeper was the first Jodi Picoult book I ever read, and it still stands as my favorite Jodi Picoult book. If you've ever wanted to try her out but haven't read any of her books yet, girls, I highly recommend My Sister's Keeper. It's my favorite. It has a good twist. It's entertaining. It's just very, very nice. Another Faust is this new book that came out by this author. She also wrote like Another Pan. She's really big on like reimagining old stories, and it was quite interesting. Like, not more like beach ready, but still good. Then comes my Sarah Dessen shelf, part of the shelf. Big Sarah Dessen fan. Love Sarah Dessen. I have a couple of her books in the bathroom, actually. That's why you can't see them all here. But, huge Sarah Dessen fan. I'm gonna have to say, what's my favorite? My favorite is probably Dreamland. If any of you guys have read Dreamland, post below, because none of my friends ever read that one because they just know it's like the sad one. So no one ever reads it, but that's my favorite. Huge Sarah Dessen fan. She's my favorite like romance story kind of person. Then The Hunger Games. I don't know where the middle one is right now, but I own all three. Love The Hunger Games. Everyone needs to read The Hunger Games. This is like my row of like journals that I've written in. Of just, I don't like journal, but I essay write a lot. What else is down here? Oh, the Decameron's down here. Love the Decameron. If any of you guys like, oops, sorry, you're just gonna focus in on that for a second. The Decameron, great story. If any of you girls, like, I don't know, there's no reason for anyone to read the Decameron anymore except to be able to say you read the Decameron, but it's one of the oldest books ever written, and it's just incredibly great. It was like the first raunchy love novel ever written, and it's written during like the plague periods, and it's just so good. Then I have my dictionary. I have The Last Words of Notable People that John Green read. I love that. I have my favorite book of poetry. It's called Karina A Maying the Apocalypse, and it's by Darcy Denigan, and it's one of the best poetry books I've ever read. It's just so good, so good. I have another journal. This one is oddly large. And then I have a journalism book. I tried doing journalism. God, I was bad at that. And then a book of just a bunch of short stories from across the world that are just like, you know how there's short stories that everyone kind of reads in America? Like, everyone's read The Lottery. Everyone's read, like, Lamb to the Slaughter. They have those from like all around the world in that book, and it's really good. I have Stephen Colbert, I Am America, and So Can You book, because I love the Colbert Report, and it was hilarious. Then I have a bunch of history books like The Worldly Philosophers and A World Lit Only by Fire and that kind of stuff. And then I have Heart of Darkness, which I hated. I'm sorry, I hated it. I have to admit, I just didn't like it. So those are my books, and then I have my Nook. He's chilling out over there. This is my Nook. So yeah, that's my tiny bookshelf that's available for here. Sorry, this is really close. I don't know how to do it farther away, guys. Like trying to look at this in a mirror while holding, God, this is complicated. Okay, now we're better. I'll just watch us in the mirror because I can't turn around the camera now that I started it. Okay, so my dream home, everyone, like, I definitely like the idea of living in England. I do like it as a concept, and I'll probably do it for a while, or maybe raise my kids there. But my dream home is like a brownstone in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. That's my dream home. I'm like the big brownstone all around the shopping centers and the theater districts, and I want my kids to I want me and my husband to be like, oh, I'm going off to work, honey, and like hop in a taxi and like go off to work in like me go off to work in like nice heels and him go off to work in like an I'm really giving my words, Armani suit, and like then we come home and our kids like go to like these fabulous private schools, and that's what I want. So I want like a huge bathroom. Like my bedroom could be a good size. I don't really care that much about my bedroom size. Bathroom needs to be ginormous, huge, super big. I want a shower that like doesn't need a door. You know how they have the showers that just feel so open because they don't have doors? They're just like, they're that big that like water's not gonna fall out. That's what I want. And that's all I really care about. I just want a really nice bathroom. That's my only rule. So yeah, that's my dream house, and that's my bookcase. And oh, I rolled, who did I roll? Let me think. Oh, I rolled Shannon, who I never roll, so nice. The dice decided to be interesting today. I rolled Shannon, and my challenge is to bake something, and make it Harry Potter related, like a cake or like a cupcake or like a cookie, anything, bake anything and make it Harry Potter or related to us. But we are kind of just Harry Potter, so either way, yes. And Nina, I will see you tomorrow.